Hey everybody, welcome to episode number 48 of Big Time Reality TV. My name is Andrew Kirk. You guys can follow me on Twitter at CCGradAKirk. And today, I got a very special guest coming on for the very first time. You guys see him on Afterbuzz TV. Two shows that I know him for are Are You the One and X on the Beach. I know he covers for quite a few more if you want to list them in a little bit. Lem calls him his A1 since day one.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Nino from Afterbuzz TV. You can follow me at Nino Lianera on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that stuff. My tagline every time I'm on Afterbuzz.
There you go. So, like I told you before we went live, I've spoken with a couple Afterbuzz hosts before. Yeah. I just want to start off with how you got into Afterbuzz. How'd you hear about it, and just go from there. Just start with.
So I had a friend. Her name was Sarah Mendoza, who did a couple Afterbuzz shows. She was on the Glee After Show, and I think in 2000, I want to say like 13 or 12, she asked me to come on as a guest host for the Glee After Show, and I was geeked because I loved Glee. I watched it all the time, and I was like, yeah, I'd love to come on and to talk. And I really didn't know like Afterbuzz was like that big, or that they were doing what they were doing with the multiple after shows. So I went on and asked her, are you guys hiring? This is amazing, because I was doing press work already, kind of media work already. And I wanted to do more on camera things, and she said at the time they weren't. And then a couple years later, I found out they were, and I applied and went through a long process, and finally worked out. In 2015, I became an official Afterbuzz host.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And other than the two shows I know you for, what shows do you currently cover?
Yeah, so like you said, you know me from X on the Beach, which I'm currently on right now, and then Afterbuzz TV. I'm sorry, not Afterbuzz TV. Are You the One? But I also do primarily Crazy Ex-Girlfriend and Growing Up Hip Hop. So Crazy Ex-Girlfriend on CW, which is more of a scripted type show or whatnot. Kind of just like Glee, but a little bit more deeper and darker. The Rap Game from Lifetime. I used to do Growing Up Hip Hop, but now I do the Rap Game for Lifetime with Jermaine Dupri, and I've been doing that for 3 seasons now.
Okay, and then I know you guys do like a mini interview series after a spotlight. Have you got to interview anybody really cool?
Yeah, I actually got to interview Christopher Meyer. He's this young actor out here in Hollywood who was on The Fosters. And he also did a movie called Kicks, and has done a lot of great TV shows as well too. He did another show that I did for an after show called Wayward Pines, and he was a recurring role on there as well. I got to interview him and do a spotlight interview on him. It was really cool. I want to do more, definitely, for sure.
Yeah. I've been a fan of Afterbuzz since, I want to say, it's inception. I remember 2011. Mm-hmm. I was telling you about Jesse before we went live. Jesse did an after show with I don't remember. I think he did one. I think he had Kevin on. Kevin Undergaro, one of the producers. He was doing the challenge, Rivals One reunion or something like that. Mm-hmm. And I've been loving it ever since. Unfortunately, I've been far. I don't know if you saw one of the comments I made on one of the X on the Beach ones. Mm-hmm. I've fallen out of place with some of the after shows because the change of host. It just hasn't been feeling right.
Yeah. No, you were saying, like, I wish we could do more. I know a lot of us, a lot of people wanted us to move on to the challenge as well too, and do a couple other after shows. I feel like we have a really good group dynamic with the people that we currently have right now.
Yeah, you guys have been the most consistent after show for me. I mean, I get people move on, they do other things, but you guys have been most consistent for me.
Yeah, no, we love it. I mean, we would love to, who knows in the future, work something out with MTV, because I think the dynamic that we have currently on that panel just works really, really well. Lem kind of puts us all together. You have now Melody with the gossip and Sensei just speaking her mind. It kind of just works very, very well, I think. And it's a good dynamic, not just for the show, but just for like in TV in general, just to see it on screen. When I watch it and play it back, I laugh all the time because I feel like the chemistry is so great, and we're good friends as well too. So
Speaking of MTV,
yeah,
just had a light bulb moment. You guys were actually featured on the Are You the One season 6 reunion.
Yeah.
Talk about that real quick.
That was crazy. So Lem and I actually went to that reunion show taping, and we had word that they requested a clip from AfterBuzz, and we were wondering, what they were going to use or whatnot. But they didn't play the clip that day, so we had no idea that was gonna exactly what was gonna happen until AfterBuzz producers told us they cleared the clip for MTV, and we might see it on the actual reunion show. And we didn't see anything until it basically came to TV that day. So it was really cool to watch that while we were watching the the reunion show and getting ready for our after show, seeing our faces on TV. And it's been cool just to see that we make kind of a buzz within that all those cast members and kind of MTV in general, which is why we hope one day there could be something that could be worked out, and we could talk about maybe doing something along the lines of a partnership with AfterBuzz TV and MTV. Who knows? Just putting it out there. It's 2018. Shoot your shot, so you never know.
How is your relationship with Maria Menounos and Kevin Undergaro? Have you gotten a chance to meet either of those two individuals?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I've met both of them. Maria is amazing. Crazy story. So when I was back in high school, Maria came to my high school, and she spoke on this thing called, I think it's called Generation Talks, First Generation Talks. And she kind of had like a little speaking tour or whatnot. Excuse me. Look at that. Okay, so she had a little speaking tour or whatnot. About busy person. Look at this. 1 second, guys. She had a little speaking tour about just being first generation immigrants or whatnot, and what's going to be out there for you in the world and whatnot. And she said this one specific thing to us, and she said, "I know I'm going to succeed because I'm never going to give up." She's going to keep on going until there's no more competition left, until she's basically for like 12 years later, her company, which is amazing, which is great. And I told her that story. And she remembered the talk, but she obviously can't remember details. But it was something that definitely inspired me. With Kevin, I sit down with him every single year, and we talk about what my plans are, what I should be doing, and he kind of helps me and kind of leads me and coaches me kind of where to go or whatnot, and always pushes me. So great relationship with them.
I got a chance to chat with Kevin one time. I was doing I don't know if you remember there was an old streaming service, a lot easier than Google Hangout called Spreecast. And it was called Spreecast.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
I was talking with the Real World after show. It was Jesse, Roxy Stryer.
Very cool.
It was there too, and Kevin was there. He was really nice meeting him.
Nice. Yeah, another great people, and they really do help us. And so happy that we have this kind of platform to kind of showcase what we do and try to make a name for ourselves.
Mm-hmm. So let's talk about the two shows that I know you cover very well.
Okay.
Are You the One and X on the Beach.
Okay.
Start with Are You the One. I know. I want to ask you: would you ever try out for that show?
Are You the One? I think it's too crazy for me. I love watching it from afar. Yeah. I love seeing what happens or whatnot, but just putting myself in that position and trying to do it, I don't think I could. It's intense, but they're really trying to go. I just got this tweet. I guess here's a little tea for you. I think you might have seen this around, but I got this tweet that they're looking for different types of people now. So they're looking for twins specifically. They were saying for Are You the One casting, and sexually fluid individuals. So we had talked about this on our after show, saying it would be interesting to see if they would kind of go towards having LGBTQ couples out there and whatnot. It would be interesting to see that dynamic as well too, having everybody in the house, kind of Real World always used to kind of just throw, I hate using this word, a token, gay person in the house. They would always do that, you know what I mean, to try to throw people off. But now it's so widely accepted, and it's so great to see that, the positivity in that light. But now I think they're trying to cast that for AYTO as well too. So it'll be kind of a cool, different dynamic, because we talked about this on the show. I feel like MTV was listening to us, and they kind of heard us talk about it, and now we see this casting. So it should be interesting the next couple of seasons for AYTO.
Mm-hmm. So you covered since season 3?
Yes, it's since season 3. Yeah, wow. Yeah.
Man, crazy.
Yeah.
Back when Devin Walker was a young lad.
Devin, I need to go get a drink with him.
Before he sent Mr. Johnny Bananas home.
Oh, John.
A few months ago.
We were just talking about Johnny Bananas on the show for X on the Beach.
Yeah,
situation.
So talk about how you first got into Are You the One, and how it led to you getting onto that panel.
So I was hosting a show with Lem. My first show on AfterBuzz was called was the America's Best Dance Crew after show on AfterBuzz.
I guess you hosting that one.
Yeah, a lot of my friends were actually on it. I used to work for World of Dance back in the day, and a lot of those people also were on America's Best Dance Crew. And so I thought that was going to be a good fit. I was able to get that show with one of my first co-hosts, Desiree Murphy, who now works for what is it, Entertainment Tonight. So she works for Entertainment Tonight now. But Lem told us about this because Desiree was on our panel before as well too. And he said, hey, we have this cool show called Are You the One? I really want to make sure that it gets picked up for another season on AfterBuzz. You know, we would love to keep this dynamic and see if you want to host it with us. And I was like, I'll give it a shot. I had no idea what AYTO was about at all. And so I saw the first episode and I was kind of hooked after that. I was like, this is good. This is great reality TV. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of how it happened.
So through the 4 seasons and Are You the One Second Chances, are there any highlights that stick out to you?
Meeting ASAP. ASAP is the best. He is such a genuine guy, really, really cool guy, and he brings this crazy energy to our studio when he's there. He actually was a AfterBuzz host for a little bit as well too. I still think he comes on and off once in a while when he's not too busy, but that was probably one of them. And just kind of meeting everybody, like all the cast members that kind of roll through, giving them some sort of light, you know, to kind of like express what happened and why things happened the way it did, to kind of showcase their side. That's what we're all about. We want to make sure that they're able to come on the show and share their side of the story, you know, because we can't just judge from one side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's important to us. So that's been kind of like the highlight.
Yeah, I bet. I go watch each week of Are You the One and X on the Beach, and how do these guys get all these guests? And I mean, I used to podcast regularly all the time back in 2011, 2012, and I used to get somebody on every week on my podcast on Blog Talk Radio. Then I did Spreecast for a little while, and I love living vicariously through you guys to actually see you talk to these people. I mean, who would have ever thought that you guys would have had? I remember at AYTO Second Chances, did you guys have Devin and Gio in the studio at the same time? Yeah, we had to make sure that was okay still. On there. We always have to do that. We have to make sure that it's okay with these people to come on, you know, after we know that there's been an incident. The thing is, I have to give it up to Lem. Lem is like, you know, he takes kind of the lead reins on everything. And he also is like our talent booker. You know, he works well with MTV, you know, publicity, and we're able to get these people and make sure we can have these people and all that good stuff. And we've had a guest every single week for X on the Beach, and I think we did the same for AYTO almost, you know, every single week. So, you know, I think we've built this platform. We have a great fan base, people watching and things like that. And the cast members want to come on and speak their piece because they know they're going to be heard. Mm-hmm. Besides ASAP, you just mentioned, who are some of your favorite ones from Are You the One that you over there? From our Tori is dope. I think Tori's really dope, and Sensei and her have a good relationship as well too. Let me think, who else has been really, really cool? Tyler's been guest hosting as well too on X on the Beach for us. Tyler semicolon on Twitter. You gotta specify which one, because there's like a Tyler on everything. Yeah, Tyler semicolon on Twitter. So if you guys have been watching our X on the Beach after show, he's kind of filled in for us a couple different times. He was on AYTO. Shanley is hilarious. She is like a little firecracker. I've been interviewing Shanley. I'll link that to you. Nice. She was Shanley back in 2014 when her first AYTO. Oh, nice. I had like back when I was Spreecast, I had 10-something thousand views. Like everybody was watching it. Yeah, Shanley's dope. She brings great energy as well too, and she's a firecracker. So she was really cool to kind of
have met and had on the show. Just kind of, I don't know. Those are the ones that kind of stick out to me. Also having Gio on after kind of like our outburst with Gio that one time.
I remember.
Yeah, Gio, I was kind of getting mad at him on the stream because he was just, I don't know why he was acting the way he was acting. And then I met him at a Afterbuzz party from Kevin's birthday, and he was there, and he came up to Lem and I, and we talked, and you know, he's a different guy. You know what I mean? He was a different guy when I met him in person, and we invited him to come on the show, and he came on the show, and that is what it is, and I hope he's doing okay. I really haven't talked to him since then, so, but yeah.
Now, do you follow these certain characters like Tori, like Devin, like Cam, who have made it to the challenges? Have you watched the challenge just to see
here and there
that you've had in the studio?
I was a big challenge guy back that a lot of people say you should because it's still the same. It's still crazy and gritty. But, you know, watching TV, it's a lot when I have to catch up on so many different shows. So it hasn't really pulled me all the way yet. Maybe, who knows, I'll go back or whatnot. But it's great to see them keep on going. You know what I mean? You know, it's kind of crazy to see who might be the next Johnny Bananas. Johnny's been on there since I was like, man, in middle school, elementary school. He's been on MTV forever, you know? So it would be crazy to see who's the next Bananas. Who knows?
Are you younger? How old are you?
I am 32.
32? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just turned 29 myself.
Nice, yeah. So, yeah, Johnny's been on since I remember him.
2006, I think, was his debut season.
Yeah. Oh, it was 2006, and I was in...
2005 to 2006.
I was in high school, college already. But why does it seem just so long ago? I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. What else would so we've been through 6 seasons already, the one and second chances. Do you have a favorite season of the ones that you've covered?
You know what? If we can go to second chances really quick. I know they only did 1 season. I don't think it's going to come back. I haven't heard that it's going to come back. I wish they formatted it differently, and I wish they shot it differently as well too, because I feel like that could have been a show that would have been a little bit more fun, but just didn't appeal too much. As far as AYTO, what has been my favorite season? The season where they didn't win. Was that 5?
Yeah, 5.
5? Season where they didn't win, just because like I was so rooting for them. I was rooting for them all the way till the end, and they still didn't win. So that was kind of interesting to see how that kind of played a part, because you know everyone was like, "Oh, this is getting old. They're always going to win. They're always going to win." You know, so having that kind of suspense was kind of cool to, for MTV to put on as well too. But AYTO is still one of their hottest shows. X on the Beach was the highest rating debut for MTV since 2014 for a reality show. So they're definitely going to get, you know, continue to pick up, and it'll be interesting to see where they bring that even more, and who else they'll bring from other reality shows. I think that's the thing. It's not just MTV shows. It's The Bachelorette, The Bachelor.
Right.
Yeah, so
I never thought I'd see the day. Didn't mean to cut you off there. I never thought I'd see the day where Dave Vaughn is going to be on the challenge next month, and it's like,
and they're not from MTV. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's kind of crazy to see. So it's kind of cool to see what MTV is kind of doing. They're really branching things out and trying to grab people. And who wouldn't want the chance to kind of be, you know, an MTV personality in that sense? You know, depending on what it is for.
Moving on to X on the Beach, very first season. Did you guys, before you started watching this current season, did you or any of your co-hosts go back and watch clips from the UK?
UK version fan. She loves the US version, and she watched it a lot, and she's the one that told us like we have to do the show. You know, because it's a crazy show, and I think it would do really well. And she was totally right. You know, and she said it's a lot different though, because there's no host on the UK version, and here we have Romeo. And it's correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think the UK version anyone gets voted off, right?
I'm not quite sure. I mean, they had four UK come in for the challenge. Joss, Kaylee, Melissa, and Rogan.
Nice.
And it's nice to see this show get to the US version. I'm glad. We'll talk about some of the cast. I'm glad that Corey got put on the show, because he was tailor made for this freaking show.
Well, the whole thing with Corey is crazy. You know, I think he's been a little mad that things have been said on our show or whatnot. But you know, and I think he's also called out that he's called some of his cast members goofies or whatnot because they've come on AfterBuzz TV and they aren't getting paid to come on. Well, the thing is, it's press, right? You don't really come on to talk shows to expect to get paid all the time. You know, a lot of these people do it because they need the press. They want to make sure that, you know, they stay relevant and they're trying to promote their show or whatnot. He was kind of giving the people that came on our show a hard time because they weren't paying them. But the thing is, the crazy part is he's been on AfterBuzz multiple times. You know, so that's a crazy thing. But I mean, the thing is, we're always open to have anybody come in. We after the whole Taylor situation this season, with what came to light with Taylor, and after that whole incident with the tweets from back in the day, I invited her, you know, on camera to come on and to kind of speak her truth and talk to people. And same thing with Corey. You know, everyone's welcome to come on. So, you know, that's that, I guess.
Who are some of the ones you're liking on this new show, X on the Beach?
Faith is hilarious. I think she has the best one-liners. I think she's really, really cool. I also really dig Marco. Marco was just on the show a couple of episodes ago, but he's like the nicest guy. He came on our show as well too, and he's come on and he's talked to us and kind of shed his kind of light about everything, and he was really cool to have as well too. But of course, you know, Shanley's on the show. So.
Love me some Shanley
on there. Yeah, you know, and then Alicia kind of just giving us all the tea and all the information that, you know, we wanted to hear and see. So it's been good having everyone come on.
Is it hard being a host of a after show when you become friends with these cast members and you want to try to stay unbiased?
You know, I think it always is, but I think that's where we always have to know that we have to do our job or whatnot. And the thing is, there are things obviously that, you know, you want to make sure you're giving the fair kind of view to everybody. You know, I mean, Tori and Sensei are good friends, right? Or Sensei and Tori are good friends, and she always has to make sure that she kind of lingers on the fence, you know, with saying different things about, you know, about just being biased or whatnot, you know. But if, like, let's see, ASAP's, you know, like a really cool dude, and, you know, we talk once in a while here and there, we became friends. But if he does something dumb, I'll definitely, you know, I'll call it out, you know, and I have before and things like that. So you kind of just have to draw that line because, you know, first and foremost, we're entertainment journalists, you know, we're hosts, and we have to do our job basically. But, you know, that's where you can't have too much of a good relationship with everybody. You know what I mean? Because it gets kind of in the way.
It was tough a couple weeks ago when you guys had Alicia on and just spilling all that tea about Taylor, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I mean, you guys have had Taylor on the show a few times. And
we've had Taylor on the show twice, I think. One for AYTO and then one for X on the Beach.
I'm sure you guys liked her you liked her and got along with her pretty well. So it's like,
yeah, you know, she was nice and all. That's why we invited her to come back to talk about it, you know, because you just never know the other person's side, you know. But those are something that's really sensitive to people, and of course it should be, because it's, you know, it was a couple of years ago, but she was old enough to, you know, to know what she was doing. You know, I'm glad she came on her live and she talked about it or whatnot. But, you know, bless you. You know, we would have loved for her to come on and kind of just, you know, talk about what happened. But I really disagree with what she did and how she spit on, you know, Alicia from the second floor of the, you know, of the houses of the house. Like, that wasn't cool whatsoever. You know, obviously they didn't tell us that was going to happen, so we were all pretty surprised when we saw it.
Yeah. Yeah, that podcast a couple weeks ago with Alicia was kind of like, oh,
it's crazy.
Like some of the stuff that I mean, I'm not saying that they all have to get along, but it's like,
yeah, you can. The thing is, you definitely, you can't stop people's emotions. You can't stop people from doing things. So, you know, it is what it is or whatnot, and it happened. It was crazy. It was nuts. That chat room was going crazy that day.
I bet.
Every day that chat room was going crazy. So, yeah.
So when we got the X on the Beach finale tomorrow, you guys are gonna have a big show.
Yeah, we're excited. It's
YTO 7. There's no premiere date, but I'm presuming it's gonna be coming out sometime in the fall.
I believe it is already done shooting, if I'm not mistaken. And it should be coming out. I'm pretty sure they'll try to do it around September, October premiere, like they kind of did last year as well too. Because I think last year for X on the Beach, and
start that over. You cut out for like a second. Could you start?
Oh, no worries. Yeah. I said I think last year in between seasons, I think we were doing second chances, and then AYTO came back in the fall, and then so this time it's X on the Beach, and then AYTO back in the fall. So it should be exciting to see that season. I think I saw a couple people or a couple of pictures from people that might be on the season as well too. So it'll be cool to see what goes on. As always, we just never know what we're gonna get and what characters we're gonna get or whatnot as well too.
I don't think I got anything else for you. I mean, I love what you guys do every week. You guys are a great job. If I get a chance tomorrow, what time is the show tomorrow?
It's gonna be we're gonna watch it at 6, and we're gonna come live at I think it's 7-ish. Let's say ish, okay? Like 7-ish, because it's gonna be a 2-hour special. So 7-ish Pacific time, I believe it is.
That's tough for me because I don't get to watch the episode till 9. You know.
Oh, so you won't be able to see. Yeah, we have to do it that way because scheduling with AfterBuzz, we have to go with the East Coast because there's more shows after us, and we wanted to do a 2-hour because I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of things to talk about.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, if you catch the tail end of it, you know what I mean, or whatnot, come on, because it's going to be 2 hours. I think we're going to be doing call-ins that day as well too. So we'll tweet out a number or whatnot for people to check out and catch that finale, and then we'll be off air for a couple months just until AYTO comes back. But if anything happens in between hand or whatnot, we'll definitely let all the fans know.
Is there any? So I mean, you cover AYTO, you cover X on the Beach, you cover what was the other shows called?
Crazy Ex-Girlfriend and The Rap Game.
Are there any other shows that you'd be down to cover in the future if AfterBuzz let you?
Yeah, I think we're working on doing a after show for On My Block for Netflix. I'm a really big Netflix guy, and I watched that show on my blog, and I thought it was really well done. And it's being considered for a couple Emmys right now as well too, so that should be cool. But I'm really open to anything, basically. You know, I really do like the MTV reality stuff, so I've been really sticking with it or whatnot. You know, whatever works with my schedule for the other things that I do as well too. And so far, AYTO has kind of been sticking with that, so I've been kind of sticking there through that time. But yeah, well, whatever happens, whatever might be another interesting show or whatnot, throw it my way. You never know. I might get addicted, and I might want to do a show for the AfterBuzz.
So is there anything that we haven't talked about that you want to talk about before we sign off?
Let me see. Yeah, so you guys could, if you guys are into fashion, lifestyle, and hip hop, I do have a website out there. It's a blog called thefifthelementmag.com. That's THE5TH elementmag.com. And we have a lot of cool stories there. It's a lot of it's basically like fashion, lifestyle, and hip hop. So if you guys like that, definitely check that out. I will be if you guys watch Animal Kingdom on TNT, I have a little cameo on Animal Kingdom this season. I think it's episode 8 or 10. I'm not really sure yet, but I'll be tweeting that out as well too. And a couple other projects that are going to be premiering on Roku and Apple TV this year. I have a new talk show called Conflicts Conversations coming out, and you can stream it on a new digital network called Track Live TV. So I'm excited for you guys to see that, but it'll be on Apple TV and Roku, I believe, end of the summer, beginning of fall. So
nice.
Watch out for that. Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah, I love following you on social media. I know you do your thing, man, and I definitely am looking forward to seeing what you specifically do for the future.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much for having me. You know, thank you for following us these past couple seasons as well too. I'm glad I finally got to talk to you guys, and yeah, keep on watching, man, and we'll keep on tweeting, basically.
Follow this gentleman right here.
Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate it.
At Nino Lianera. That's NINOLINEARA.
Yeah, it's close. NINOLLANERA. Almost there.
Yeah. I was spelling it for the episode description, and I thought I had it.
Perfect. It's all good, man. Well, thank
Yeah,
you so much for having me, Andrew. I really appreciate it.
yeah, I'm definitely for those of you guys watching, I'm definitely going to try to keep things going. I have a lot of friends that I can do recaps with. I have the challenge is going to be starting next month. Final Reckoning, July 10th. We got Big Brother starting tonight. Be on the lookout.
A lot of good reality TV.
Oh, I'm addicted to it, man.
Nice.
It's my drug.
Very, very cool, man.
Wish my girlfriend was into reality TV, but she's not. It's all good.
Reality TV, it's definitely a guilty pleasure, but it's really cool to kind of see and follow everybody. So I definitely get it.
So follow myself at CC Kirk, the blog. I don't really post much anymore, but check it out anyways. BigTimeRealityTV.blogspot.com. And yeah, catch you guys later. Thanks so much, Nino.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it, everybody.
Have a good one, guys.
Have a good one.